Don't. Why?
Hi everyone, I'm Johnny, and today we're taking a look at Jin-Roh, the Wolf Brigade. Jin-Roh is an interesting movie set in a Japan that Germany occupied after World War II. The movie has a cult following, and I'd say worth checking out if you enjoy anime and alternative history movies. In the timeline for Jin-Roh, the Wolf Brigade, Japan was a member of the Allies and subsequently occupied by Germany after Germany won the war. Japan, instead of developing under American democratic and capitalist influence, developed under an authoritarian Germany. Germany in this timeline isn't ruled by Hitler or the Nazis. Hitler was successfully assassinated in the July 20th plot, a failure in real life. Germany also in this timeline had greater success in developing advanced technology. Japan, led by an authoritarian Germany, saw a post-war economic boom, which in our history was known as the Japanese economic miracle. This time, however, the economic boom sees greater class stratification and unrest within the police state. Terrorism and riots are a major issue. The exact timing of the movie, however, takes place during a moment where the standard of living is increasing in Japan, and there is political motivation to improve civil rights and reduce police powers. The setting is meant to be somewhat analogous with the Meiji Restoration of 1868, which saw enormous changes in Japan's social structure and weakened the Japanese samurai or warrior class. This led to the Satsuma Rebellion, a revolt of dissatisfied samurai against a new government. In the film, however, it would not be the samurai defending their way of life, but rather an elite counter-terrorist police unit, nicknamed Kerberos. Other inspirations for the storyline include the Ampo protests, a series of massive protests in Japan running from the late 50s to the early 70s against American military bases on Japanese soil. The movie doesn't go too deeply into the backstory or setting. Jin-Roh, the Wolf Brigade is based on a small part of a manga, Kerberos Panzer Cop. It is also part 3, but first chronologically, of the Kerberos saga films, starting with the Red Spectacles from 1987 and Stray Dog, Kerberos Panzer Cops. Jin-Roh, the only animated one of the 3, can easily be watched and enjoyed on its own. Animation in the movie is excellent. The strongest part of the film is simply going to be the setting and mood. It's a very believable dystopian 1950s Japan. The movie has aspects of an action movie and political thriller, but ultimately doesn't dive too deeply into either realm. There are many twists in the film, but none of them should be overly surprising. Despite the lack of character development, the two protagonists remain engaging, though neither are really good guys in the truest sense. They are both in many ways pawns, narrow-minded foot soldiers, both doing a duty to a cause they don't fully understand. They both have clearly been robbed of their humanity, in particular Fusei, who has been trained to think and perform like a machine, with little or no sympathy given to him when he flinches, faced with killing a young female terrorist. The movie is what you'd call a slow burn. Some might find it underwhelming or even boring. But I think if you can place yourself in the setting, the movie will give you a sense of how fragile civil rights are, and humanity for that matter. You might also find the film thought-provoking regarding how large institutions with authority are governed. The police can become a self-interested class, like the samurai, under many conditions. Alright, I'm Johnny. Thank you for watching. Do check out Jin-Roh, the Wolf Brigade. I could also mention there is a Korean live-action version of the movie from 2018, but it's probably not worth checking out. It has some pretty poor reviews, but if you've seen it, let me know in the comments section. Do like, subscribe, comment, blah 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 to support the channel. We'll see you next time, and have a nice rest of your day.